The AEW TNT Championship picture has once again become the center of intense drama and personal rivalry. Mark Briscoe, known for his grit, passion, and no-nonsense fighting spirit, has agreed to a shocking stipulation that could change the course of his AEW career forever. After losing his initial challenge to Kyle Fletcher, Briscoe has earned another shot at the TNT title, but this time, the stakes are higher than ever before. At AEW Full Gear 2025, Briscoe will face Fletcher in a no disqualification rematch, and if he loses, he must join Don Callis' notorious stable, the Don Callis family. It's a stipulation that puts not only the championship on the line but also Briscoe's independence, identity, and legacy. The feud between Mark Briscoe and Kyle Fletcher has been building for months. Fletcher, the young and calculating member of the Don Callis family, has held the TNT Championship with an arrogance that's drawn the ire of fans and veterans alike. Briscoe, a proud fighter from Sandy Fork, Delaware, made his mark in AEW by winning the hearts of the audience through sheer passion and authenticity. His story has always been one of resilience, from the tragic loss of his brother Jay Briscoe to his unyielding pursuit of singles success in AEW. When Briscoe first challenged Fletcher for the TNT title, he came up short due to outside interference from Callis' stable. The loss was controversial, and fans demanded a rematch. AEW management granted it, but Don Callis, ever the manipulator, added a cruel twist. During a heated segment on AEW Dynamite, November 5, 2025, Briscoe called out Fletcher for a fair rematch. Fletcher, flanked by Don Callis, accepted but only under one condition: if Briscoe lost again, he would be forced to join the Don Callis family. Briscoe, staring directly at Callis, didn't hesitate. "You want to chain me to your little crew? Fine. But when I beat Kyle, I'm taking that title, and I'm burning your empire down from the inside," he declared, to a thunderous crowd reaction. Moments later, Fletcher upped the ante by demanding the match be no disqualification, allowing weapons, interference, and chaos. Briscoe grinned and shook hands on it, sealing the deal. The rematch was made official for AEW Full Gear 2025, a pay-per-view already stacked with high-stakes bouts, but none carrying the emotional fire of this TNT title showdown. This stipulation represents far more than just a storyline twist. It touches on the very essence of Mark Briscoe's identity as a performer. Briscoe has always been portrayed as an unbreakable spirit, a man who values freedom, loyalty, and authenticity. Joining the Don Callis family, a faction built on manipulation and deceit, would be the ultimate humiliation. For Callis, this is a psychological game. For Briscoe, it's a fight for dignity. The stipulation turns the match from a title contest into a symbolic war between independence and control, between heart and hubris. AEW has long been praised for weaving faction rivalries into compelling personal stories. The rise of the Don Callis family has been one of the most dominant arcs in recent AEW programming. With Fletcher, Takeshita, and Ospreay all linked under Callis' guidance, the group represents an unstoppable corporate-style powerhouse. By forcing Briscoe into potential subservience, Callis aims to demonstrate that no one, not even the beloved chicken farmer from Sandy Fork, can stand alone against his empire. The match also plays into AEW's ongoing theme of the individual versus the machine, seen previously in stories like MJF vs. The Firm and Hangman Page vs. The Elite. In this sense, Briscoe's struggle mirrors AEW's very identity, an underdog defying the odds. The no DQ stipulation changes everything. With weapons legal and interference permitted, the match becomes a battlefield where cunning can overcome power. Briscoe, known for his brawling style and hardcore experience from his Raw days, thrives in chaotic environments. Tables, chairs, and ladders are no strangers to him. Fletcher, on the other hand, has youth, speed, and the constant threat of outside help from Callis' stablemates. This creates a dangerous dynamic. Briscoe must survive an onslaught not only from Fletcher but also from Don Callis' cronies who will likely swarm ringside. Fans can expect blood, brutality, and emotional storytelling, hallmarks of Briscoe's best work. Mark Briscoe's arc over the past year has been one of transformation. Once seen as the fun-loving, eccentric veteran, he's evolved into a hardened competitor haunted by both personal loss and professional frustration. This stipulation forces him to confront not just Fletcher, but his own sense of purpose. If he loses and joins Callis, Briscoe's character could take a fascinating turn, from rebellious underdog to reluctant soldier. AEW could explore how a man of integrity survives under a manipulative leader, creating months of narrative potential. For Fletcher, this is about validation. He's often been overshadowed by larger-than-life figures like Will Ospreay. Beating Briscoe decisively would cement him as more than just Callis' protege, it would make him a star in his own right. Don Callis has built a reputation as one of AEW's most hated figures, and rightly so. His ability to twist every situation to his advantage has earned him comparisons to legendary manipulators like Paul Heyman and Bobby Heenan. By orchestrating this stipulation, Callis has placed himself once again at the center of controversy. Whether Briscoe wins or loses, Callis benefits. If Briscoe loses, Callis gains a new recruit. If Briscoe wins, Callis still fuels future revenge angles. This is classic wrestling psychology, turning every outcome into fuel for storytelling. Social media exploded following the announcement. Fans praised the emotional depth of the stipulation, with many calling it the most personal AEW TNT title match ever. On Reddit and X, formerly Twitter, threads discussing potential outcomes reached thousands of comments within hours. Some fans speculate that Briscoe's acceptance hints at a long-term plan, perhaps infiltrating the Callis family from within. Others believe this could be his final shot at singles gold. The wrestling community has largely applauded AEW for giving a mid-card title such dramatic weight, proving once again that compelling storytelling isn't reserved only for the World Championship scene. The AEW TNT Championship has been held by legends such as Cody Rhodes, Brody Lee, and Samoa Joe. It's known as AEW's workhorse title, a championship that showcases resilience, fighting spirit, and consistency. Mark Briscoe embodies that legacy. His willingness to put everything on the line echoes the passion that built AEW in the first place. By contrast, Fletcher represents the new generation, gifted but morally compromised. This clash of eras and ethics makes the rematch at Full Gear more than just another match. It's a statement about what AEW stands for. 1. Briscoe wins the TNT title. If Briscoe overcomes Fletcher, it could mark one of the most emotional victories in AEW history. The win would serve as a tribute to his late brother Jay Briscoe and solidify his singles legacy. AEW could then build around him as a fighting champion, defending against both rising stars and established names. 2. Briscoe loses and joins the Don Callis family. This would open an entirely new storytelling direction. Briscoe as a reluctant member could create tension within the group, with Callis constantly manipulating him while fans root for his rebellion. It could lead to a long-term redemption arc culminating in Briscoe destroying the stable from the inside. 3. Controversial finish. AEW could also leave the door open for future rematches through interference, referee stoppages, or post-match attacks. Such an ending would keep the feud alive heading into the next PPV cycle. The stipulation impacts more than just two wrestlers, it reshapes AEW's faction hierarchy. If Briscoe joins Callis, the Don Callis family becomes nearly untouchable. If he wins, it could signal the beginning of their downfall. Either way, AEW benefits. The TNT title scene feels unpredictable again, and fans are emotionally invested. That's the hallmark of great wrestling storytelling. AEW Full Gear 2025 is shaping up to be one of the year's most anticipated events. With Briscoe vs. Fletcher 2 on the card, the company has struck gold, a blend of athleticism, psychology, and raw emotion. Expect the match to deliver on multiple fronts: hardcore action, crowd engagement, and long-term narrative payoff. AEW has a chance to create a defining TNT title moment that will be remembered alongside Cody vs. Brody Lee and Darby Allin vs. Samoa Joe. Mark Briscoe's decision to accept this high-stakes stipulation proves one thing: he's not afraid of risk. For him, wrestling has always been about honor, heart, and proving yourself against all odds. Whether he walks out of Full Gear as champion or as a captive under Don Callis, one truth remains: Briscoe's spirit can't be broken. And that's what makes professional wrestling, and AEW in particular, so compelling. This match isn't just about gold, it's about redemption, defiance, and the unshakable will of a man fighting for his soul.